How should you confront obstacles in your life? How should you perceive obstacles? If you want to have a really strong mindset, if you want to be opportunistic of every single thing that happens to you, you need to perceive obstacles as gifts from God. You need to perceive obstacles as things that are blessings, because they are blessings. The reason why they're blessings is because an obstacle dictates the amount of progress you can make. Because as soon as you face an obstacle, you need to figure out how to overcome the obstacle. You need to figure out how to get over the obstacle itself, the hurdle, the problem. And in doing that, you progress as an individual. You learn loads of things about yourself and how to succeed to overcome that obstacle. So obstacles are actually very good things. They're not things that are problems in of themselves. Nothing's a problem. Everything is just an opportunity for you to learn and an opportunity for you to grow as an individual. But most of the time, it's way too easy to fall into a negative mindset and be like, oh, poor me. I shouldn't have to deal with this problem. Why does it have to be me? Why do I have to deal with this? I don't deserve this problem. And this is when the devil plays games with you. You know, that little voice in the back of your head, which is telling you, you're too good for this. You don't deserve this kind of problem in your life. And therefore you get all prideful and you get all arrogant and hubristic and you're thinking, oh, you know, I'm too good for this problem. Why does this have to happen to me? And then that emotion, that feeling of, oh, poor me, victimization. I'm going to victimize myself because reality is being real in the face of my own existence. The more this is happening to me, the more you start seeing this and the more you start feeling this emotion. And you start warping your reality to this emotion of not overcoming the hurdle or not overcoming the obstacle. You then fall into a little mini depression. And you're like, maybe I can't actually do this. Maybe I can't achieve this thing. And that's when the obstacle fucks you over. Because you are warping your will to power, your will to life, to the obstacle itself. Because the obstacle is a test. The obstacle is testing your will. The obstacle is testing your tenacity and your resilience, and if you are even a resilient person, because instead you need to be adopting that it's a good thing that this problem is in your way, because you're going to learn from it. But basically everyone always falls into a negative mindset when it comes to a problem. They're like, oh my God, not this now. Why do I have to deal with this? Instead they're like, oh, this is interesting. How can I learn from it? And you have to train your mind to do this. But if you actually want to overcome all these problems, to get towards some sort of success, with whatever you're doing, you need to perceive reality in this way. Because ultimately, what did you expect? If you want to be an average person, the common man, someone who's mediocre, just react to problems and give up. Because that's what most people do. They don't work through problems to get to the other side of life to actually succeed. They just complain. And that form of complaining is in some sort of way a way for them to self-soothe so that they can fix the problem within them by being resentful and be like, oh, why did this happen to me? I shouldn't, blah, 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 blah. And that helps them kind of self-soothe the problem so that they can then bury it and then have a lot of, they can repress it and then be kind of resentful 5 years down the line as to why they gave up on this thing. But you can always choose to actually be assertive and work through it. Because what did you expect? Really, what did you expect? If you're asking for God and you're praying to God and you're asking, please God, give me strength. Please God, give me courage. Give me purpose. And then God hands you basically everything he has in his armory of powers. Problems that you need to fix for you to become strong and for you to have a purpose. Then what did you expect? That's the reality of life. It's people who pray to God or at least wish things like, oh, please give me this. They're stupid. They're delusional. Because reality doesn't work like that. Reality works through resistance. You need to overcome resistance to then develop the virtue, to then develop the value. Only if you do that will you become virtuous and valuable. So instead, you should be thankful for God for giving you these problems to work on so that you can learn how to fix things, learn how to develop strengths, learn how to be resilient, learn to have certain virtues that God wants you to have. Instead of complaining about things because you're prideful, because you don't actually believe you deserve these problems. You do deserve the problems if you want to succeed at something, because success comes from scarcity. Success is scarce. It's rare. And if success is scarce, it's not common, you need to do things that not the common man is doing. You need to be uncommon. You need to be getting up early. You need to be working on things. You need to be consistent. You need to optimize your consistency. You need to figure out how to do things correctly to get towards the goals that you actually desire. And there's going to be so much resistance against you actually achieving that desire, that outcome, because no one else is doing that kind of thing around you. So it's going to be very difficult for you to achieve that goal, but that is fundamentally what you actually need to do if you want to succeed. Stop perceiving obstacles as problems. Good to know. That's the mindset move. That's how you change the mindset. If you change the mindset in that sense, you're not going to perceive obstacles as problems, but instead opportunities. So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you are interested in any form of coaching to actually optimize and implement these mindsets or these techniques of ways of looking at the world, then book in a free one-on-one coaching call for my anti-procrastination program, where you can learn techniques for how to actually do this in a proactive, efficient way. So if you're interested in that, book in a free call, and I'll speak to you in the next video.